This is a fictional story. It takes place during the 1860s, 1865. It's a story about a young man from Searsport, Maine named Mark Wesley March and a associate also from Searsport, Maine named Pops Muddy, M-O-D-I. Both men, volunteered. Pops Muddy served with the 2nd Maine Volunteer Regiment and ended up being drafted into a group called the 123rd Dragoons. It was supposedly a regiment under the command of Colonel Jedidiah Webster. Moody was brought into the 123rd before Mark Wesley March was. Mark Wesley March was a corporal when he came across Jedidiah Webster. Apparently, Webster had an interest in young Corporal March and set upon him 3 non-commissioned officers, 3 sergeants. They assailed March, and March kicked their asses. He broke one sergeant's jaw, knocked him cold, broke a leg of another sergeant, and broke an arm of the 3rd sergeant. This was sufficient and confirmed to Colonel Webster that Mark Wesley March was a fine recruit. When he approached Corporal March thought that he was doomed. He was going to be executed. But as it turned out, the colonel was very clear. He wanted nothing from him except service. He commissioned him as a 2nd lieutenant and gave him a platoon of his own. The 123rd Dragoons apparently took up a position in Pennsylvania in a field where the rest of the Army of the Potomac seemed to be, lingering, gathering, bivouacking, doing whatever they do, at least a portion of the Potomac, the Army of the Potomac. And during this session, the corporal, now a lieutenant, was trained in the manner of the 123rd Dragoons' desire. Colonel Webster was a mercenary. He had served with the Germans, he had served with the Spanish, he had served with the French, and he had served with the British. He had a vast knowledge of combat and tactics. And it was his mission, known only to General Grant, that the 123rd Dragoon would go behind enemy lines and to act as rangers. Some would refer to them as commandos, but only the platoon of Lieutenant March actually served as the 123rd Dragoons.